Well, that is a star-studded July 28th here in Atlanta as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning. For not only is it the birthday of our great producer Brian Woodrum, it's also the birthday of the Braves general manager John Copelela. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Chip.
How old are you?
38.
Oh. To be 38 again, huh, Joe?
Does that hurt?
It does hurt. Well, let's first talk about the trade last night. We mentioned it on the air. I know that Joe was very excited about the acquisition of the young man from the Texas Rangers. Demeritte. Tell us about him and tell us how long it took that trade to get done.
Yeah, it was a trade that took about 7 to 10 days to get done. We started talking right around the end of the All-Star break, and it was one where, you know, it went a few different ways. He was a guy that we really liked. He's from here, Winder Barrow, Georgia. First-round pick, signed for $1.9 million as pick 30, and he was a guy that we really liked because he's got a lot of tools, upside. You know, 25 home runs. We don't have a lot of right-handed power right now, and he brings that for us.
What kind of infielder, what kind of reports are you getting on him as an infielder, defensive player?
Yeah, we had him as a plus second baseman. We think he can be very good playing third base, too. He actually came up as a shortstop, and, you know, he may be somebody that we could move around. You've seen that happen with teams like the Cubs have done with guys like whether it's Zobrist, Baez, to where he could play 2 or 3 spots.
I compliment you on the deal because he does appear to be a top-notch prospect. That you traded 2 players you signed off the waiver wire or as a release player during the year, and it was something you've talked about all along since you took over, of trying to acquire pitching to use it as so-called currency.
Yeah, it's a great credit to our pro scouting staff to find these 2 players for free, more or less. It's a great credit to our coaching staff to, you know, put these players into spots where they could have a great deal of success.
Kind of coach them up.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, you know, they both pitch very well for us, and we hope that they pitch well in their new home.
I know you can't talk about specifics with the deadline coming up on August 1st. What have you seen, if anything, that surprised you at the deadline, and what do you anticipate happening, not just for the Braves, but perhaps the rest of Major League Baseball as August 1st is rapidly approaching?
Well, you know, I think back to 2014 trade deadline. We were in first place for the first half of that season, and we were trying to get pieces as our team struggled, and we didn't have any players in the farm system that other teams wanted in trades. And that's kind of what led to us really try to really build this thing back. It's just because we were sitting there at the trade deadline, we didn't have the good young players to bring up. We didn't have young players that other teams wanted. And that's why we've had to go through some of this pain. And we feel like we're finally really coming out of this to where, as we look toward 2017, a lot of, you know, 1, a lot of prospects that we have, and 2, we'll have a lot of future financial flexibility to where we can sign free agents and, you know, try to build a really good team.
If I had to guess, the one question that you get more frequently than anything else, considering the current state of the club, is when is Swanson, when is Albies, when's Peterson, when are these guys coming up? The pat answer I give is when they're ready. How difficult is it to resist the temptation to get them here before they're ready?
It's really hard. It's something where that would be the real easy fix, to call them up here. It's something that would obviously get our fans very excited, which is what we want to do. We care greatly for our fans, but if they aren't ready, it's going to hurt them long term. It's going to hurt us long term. And we've gone through so many quick fix things that got us into where we are right now, and we just can't do that.
Nice play, Cesar Hernandez, who airmails the throw past first. And Eric Ibar is going to leg out an infield hit, and at the very least, the Braves will clear the pitcher.
So the deadline is looming Monday. Is that the first?
Yes.
You have some other pieces that I know have other teams interested. Do you anticipate anything else happening?
We don't see a big trade coming. Probably what makes the most sense for us is to look at potential free agent players, because we're in last place this year. So if we can keep getting young talent, whether it's further away like in the trade we made yesterday or whether it can help up here right now. If we can do that for players who will be free agents at the end of the year, that probably makes a lot of sense for us.
And then the second question that fans ask all the time, how quickly do you think this will turn around for the Braves?
For me, 2017. I think that's the year where it turns. I don't know that we're going to win the World Series that year, but I think that we will have more money to spend this offseason than we have in the 10 years I've been here.
Really?
We will have, yes. We will have more young talent than we've had at any point in the 10 years that I've been here. We are primed for really good things. 2017, as we head to this new park, as there's great things going on, I think things will really turn around.
Well, you've had a good summer. I mean, with the free agent draft, the international draft, or international signing period, you guys knocked them dead.
Joe, thank you. I mean, it's something where, you know, we have a great team here and we work really hard. We have tried to take the long, hard road. It would have been great if we could have gone with the safe, quick college player, but we've always chosen the hard road. Our first 4 picks in 2015 were all young high school players. Our first 3 picks this year were all young high school players. We are trying to go back to the Braves way under John Sherholz, under Bobby Cox, to where we're going with young impact talent. And, you know, I mean, it's hard now, but this will pay off in the end for us.
It's funny that you say the Bobby Cox part of that Braves way, because we go back to the late 80s when Bobby was the general manager here. He said it's going to be a 5-year plan. Well, Bobby was wrong. It took him 6 before the Braves broke through in 1991, and I'm sure the same questions that are being asked now and the same concerns that Braves country had then are the same ones that you're hearing now, but obviously those flags were the ultimate payoff.
Right. And you know, just for us, I think if you look around, you look at the Royals, it took them 9 years. It took the Cubs 5 years. It took the Pirates 20 years.
Yeah.
So we feel like we can, you know, get to a spot where we're going to be a playoff caliber club in 2017, which would be 2 years. So it's really tough right now, and I feel for our fans. We all feel for our fans, but we're doing this for our fans. I mean, it's something where we didn't want to be a team that won 75 games each year. We want to be a team that can win championships.
John, Chip and I have been talking about, as a prime example, the Phillies were able to keep Joseph and move him to a different position. Great power, right-handed hitter. That's hard to come by, and he's kind of blossomed after moving and changing positions and getting more at-bats. But that power and catching seem to be just impossible to find these days. Is that an accurate statement?
Yes, it's really tough, you know, on the free agent market this coming off season, where we will have a lot of money to spend. You'll see guys like Wilson Ramos and Matt Wieters, who could both fit us very well. So
there'll be some free agent catching out there too.
Yeah, which is a huge need area for us.
Copy. Always a pleasure to spend time with you. We appreciate what you're doing, and happy birthday, buddy.
Yeah, early birthday present
All right,
yesterday.
guys.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys.
General Manager John Copelela.